It's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. You're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Quite yet. He is on his way. I received confirmation. He is at least in Lincoln. It'll be a couple minutes. But until then, Nick Sainer hanging out with me. I'm Austin Orman. This is On the Block, brought to you by NEBCO. Appreciate our good friends over there. Check them out for job openings at nebcoinc.com. You can also check out Ready Mixed Concrete at readymixconcrete.com or constructorslincoln.com. All sorts of job opportunities available for you starting today. The biggest opportunity in front of you, though, wings, 40% off. Wings, traditional and boneless, 40% off. It is two things. First of all, National Wing Day, and it's Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary. Us on the block, Strick and myself, we are always very grateful for Buffalo Wings and Rings, everything they do for us. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we play the Shootout with Strick, brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings. Two great Lincoln locations, one down in your neck of the woods, my former neck of the woods at 40th and Old Cheney, Nick.
That's right.
But then these guys here at 68th and O, this is our go-to location, just down O Street from us downtown. Really appreciate them having us out. We've been here for Super Bowls, March Madness, now Customer Appreciation Day on their 40th anniversary. All sorts of raffle prizes you can win, ticket, merch, Coors Light dartboard, 5 or 10 wings per week for a year. What else? Namon Green signed jersey, some tickets and such as well. Get down here to 68th and O Streets, Buffalo Wings and Rings. We will be here till 6 p.m. tonight. A lot to get to here on today's show. Plenty of college football on the way, especially in hour number 2. ESPN put out its top 25 players since 2000 list. You might have heard a little bit about on these airwaves. We'll have a little different approach on that. But first of all, Nick, we're a day and a half away from camp starting. I know you were just at Big Ten Media Days, and I'm sure it probably feels more real to you because you were there talking football. But I've been in NBA mode and Olympics mode and baseball mode. I got to get in college football mode. It's here.
Yeah, we're only 2 days until Nebraska football starts fall camp. You have the open practice this Saturday night. Once again, just make sure you support 1890 Nebraska by doing that this week. $25 tickets for that. But I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's coming quick, and so it's going to be here before we know it. We were just talking before the happy hour, like. We're at North Dakota. They're playing a replay here of North Dakota State and South Dakota. I believe that might have been one of the FCS semifinals last year. But ultimately, I mean, when North Dakota State plays Colorado on that Thursday night, man, that's going to be fun because I enjoy having meaningful and noteworthy games to watch on Thursdays. There's nothing wrong with the FCS or Group of 5 games on a Thursday or on a Wednesday. But when they feature a couple of notable teams and we know how much talk Colorado has been doing, it's going to make that game just that much more enjoyable to watch.
Are you a fan of week 0 games in general, or do you wish it was just a 13-week college football season instead of getting stretched to 14 for a regular season?
I think more college football is better, and so I'm going to go with make it as many weeks as you would like.
Fair enough. Well, I think not the captain, the black shirt and DP and Bach talked about the top 25 players of the 2000s list that ESPN put out. Number 1, a familiar name, Ndamukong Suh, Baker Mayfield at number 2, Cam Newton at number 3, Vince Young at 4, and Ed Reed up at number 5. Nick, I know you've seen the list. Was there anyone in that top 5 you thought was overrated, underrated, agreed with, didn't agree with?
Out of the top 5, I thought Baker Mayfield was a little overrated. I think he has a really good story in the way of walk-on, transferred in the older day of college football, transferred when there wasn't so much of a transfer portal, and then ends up, competing at the highest level for Oklahoma. I was surprised that Tim Tebow wasn't in there with Baker and Baker Mayfield was out. I think Cam Newton is appropriately placed. I think Vince Young is appropriately placed as well. I was just surprised to see Tim Tebow outside of the top 5, or Reggie Bush for that matter, but then surprised to see Baker Mayfield in there.
One of these players between Cam Newton and Tim Tebow, Heisman winner, Maxwell winner, Walter Camp winner, Davey O'Brien winner, AP National Player of the Year, Consensus All-American, Conference Offensive Player of the Year, First Team All-SEC. The other one of these players, Heisman Trophy winner, 2-time Maxwell winner, Davey O'Brien winner, or AP College Football Player of the Year winner, Consensus All-American, 2-time Conference Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time First Team All-SEC, and 2-time National Champion.
Jeez Louise. I mean,
the first one was Cam Newton. The second one was Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
And I would agree that Cam Newton was probably the more talented player. And we've talked a lot about just how much Cam Newton did, and almost it feels like single-handedly racing Auburn to that national title game. So Cam Newton might be, a better player than Tim Tebow, but Tim Tebow is certainly more accomplished. So it's interesting that ESPN weighed it out the way they did.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I wonder what the focus is on this list, right? And not to get so infatuated by the rankings, but I wonder what the focus is on this list. Do they take into account the team piece of it? Do they take into account only the personal accolades, the awards? How many awards did they win? How many games did they win? I truly, there's no.
If it's games won, Ndamukong Suh is on the fringes of the list.
Yeah, he is. But if there's no team input and they don't care about what the team did, well, then Ndamukong Suh is in somewhere near that top 5, top 10 range. I brought this up. I bring this up probably once a year, and it's from 2009's defensive line stats. It comes from Pick Six Previews, which is a book I subscribe to. I get the digital version, and in 2009, the defensive line stats. And yes, maybe we're taking just 2009, and we need to look at Ndamukong Suh's entire career. Maybe that's our problem, but Alabama won the national championship, and this is where, once again, I want to know where the priorities are, or when making a list like this, is because Alabama won the entire championship and had only their defensive line had just 16 more tackles than Ndamukong Suh did by himself. Ndamukong Suh in 2009 had 82 tackles, 23 tackles for loss, 12 sacks, which is more than that entire Alabama defensive line. Had more quarterback hurries, had more pass breakups, had more interceptions, had the same amount of forced fumbles, and blocked the same amount of kicks as the entire Alabama defensive line. Now, once again, I'm sure there's a lot of stories where you can say, oh, well, this one player only had 15 fewer tackles, or when you break it down position by position. And ultimately, Nebraska didn't win the national championship, and they didn't really come close because I think they were ranked 21st in the country when they played Texas and Colt McCoy in that Big 12 championship game. But when it's all said and done, I think, once again, out of that top 10, I think I was surprised about Baker Mayfield. I suppose it's okay to say I was surprised about Suh being as high as he was. And then I was surprised to see Tim Tebow, Reggie Bush, those guys as low as they were.
The one comparison that I want to get to here before we go to break, Joe Burrow versus Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow being at number 9. That 2019 LSU team was some of the most fun I've ever had watching college football. It feels like Joe Burrow and what he gets credit for, again, being the quarterback is a big deal. I get it. But I feel like you're lumping in some extra points for having Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Thaddeus Moss on that team and a pretty salty defense, all things considered. I think Deshaun Watson meant more to Clemson than Joe Burrow did to LSU. Watson had a couple transcendent years. Burrow had an okay to good year, and then a record-breaking, might never see it again sort of year. And I don't begrudge Joe Burrow any of his success. But if we're talking pure ability, I think Deshaun did more for Clemson than Joe Burrow did for LSU.
I would, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, Deshaun Watson really was one of the starters, or that started helping Dabo get to where they're at and get to where what they just went through. Because you might remember Kelly Bryant.
Yep.
After Deshaun Watson and
Taj Boyd before him.
Yeah, that just didn't work out. Taj Boyd was fine. He was fine, but
Nebraska beat him in the Gator Bowl.
They did it when Bo and Dabo were interims. But Taj Boyd was fine, but Deshaun really transcended them and took them a step up, I felt like. And then it almost looked like, okay, for a moment, Kelly Bryant's going to let it go back down. Then you had Trevor Lawrence. And then it was Cade Klubnik, who's fine. But
you've got DJ.
Oh, DJ. How can I forget DJ?
Your guy, your boy.
I think of DJ at Oregon State. What can I say? No, DJ
He's at Florida State now.
He is at Florida State, though. But, yeah, I think – yeah, now that you said that and we put that onto the ethers, you're right. I think Deshaun might be more notable. Joe Burrow was so good at LSU. You might remember that season. He was fine his first year at LSU.
Got rocked by UCF in the bowl game.
Got to the Peach Bowl and then had the hardest hit, it looked like, of his life. That might have knocked some sense into him, but he ends up coming back, and it certainly helps, I think, having. And you got to remember all those weapons that they had. You went through the list of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Thaddeus Moss, and then the 3 wideouts of Terrace Marshall, Jamar Chase, and then Justin Jefferson. Man, I'm trying to think back to Deshaun Watson days of what weapons he had. That was before Trevor Etienne, I believe. That was before. Was that Sammy Watkins' day?
So 2015, when they lose the title game to Bama, Clemson had, let's see here, Wayne Gallman at running back,
Whoa.
CJ Fuller,
That's
Ray
a name.
McLeod, Artavis Scott, Hunter Renfro was there. Mike Williams played in one game. 2016, the year they win the title, they have Wayne Gallman again, CJ Fuller,
Gallman. I have not thought about
Scott
that,
McLeod,
man.
Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Got to carry. Mike Williams had his breakout year in 98 catches for 1,360
Mike Williams.
yards. Deion Kane, a name that you might be
But
somewhat familiar with.
Think about those names that you just said there, but then in comparison to one's a wide receiver for the Panthers, he's fine.
Mhm.
The other two are top 5 wideouts in the NFL right now, if not top 3 or 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So there was certainly a difference in guys around him.
Well, and even if you look at what Trevor Lawrence did then in 2018, so Trevor completes 65% of his passes, 30 touchdowns to 4 picks. Travis Etienne, the running back, right? You have to go down the list here for some receivers. Amari Rogers, T. Higgins, Justin Ross had his good year, 46 for 1,000. Hunter Renfro had 49 for 544 yards there. But you had to look all these guys up, right?
Yeah.
The Joe Burrow ones you knew right off.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his career's pretty much over in the NFL as being an RB1.
Mhm.
Thaddeus Moss never panned out. He was so good and so reliable for Randy Moss's son, of course. So reliable for Joe Burrow in that LSU offense. Man, that LSU team was a lot of fun.
It sure was. The other thing we'll have to do at some point is get a where have both these programs gone since the 2008 Gator Bowl, 2009 Gator Bowl between Nebraska and Clemson. So that'll have to happen
I mean, it might
before
be
the end of the offseason, which is tomorrow, really, with fall camp getting
All right,
going.
we got homework.
Stricky's here. We will let you go, Nick. Thanks for sitting in.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. We will throw it to break. Eric Strickland, Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, joins me on the block on the other side.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are here at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O for our shows today. Big thanks to our friends at Wings and Rings for having us out. It's their Customer Appreciation Day. It's National Wing Day, and we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Buffalo Wings and Rings with 40% off traditional and boneless wings all day today. We'll shut our broadcast down at 6. Deals go until they close later tonight. Austin Norman, joined by officially E. Strick in the house. Welcome in, my guy. You made it.
Man, those who are listeners of On the Block know over the last month the drama and the trauma I go through on freaking planes. But yeah, just and it was nothing. I mean, it was something, but it wasn't like, you know.
It was the plane, but it wasn't the plane.
Yeah, it was. And then the pilot was soft spoken, and so he's talking, but we're gonna. Hold on. And I'm like, man, I can't understand. He didn't give me no confidence as far as us getting out of there. But no, made it. But so then check this out, bro. So, Austin, your boy,
my boy,
me.
Yeah.
So my car was there. So I take my initial bags because obviously you got to wait for the You got to wait for the
checked bags.
your check bags,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So I was on the 3rd level, so it was just going to be just a quick walk, drop my bags off, pulled a Dumbo, man, I fell off like Humpty Dumpty and shattered all over the wall. Because like I had my keys in my backpack, put it in the back of the trunk, shut the trunk, facepalm moment, you mean
Airplane. Facepalm.
And
I'm
so-
going to assume your car was locked at this point.
It was locked.
Oh,
There's just
boy.
nothing going. So
And you're at
then
the airport.
At the airport, the guy, man, he comes. He looks like one of the guys from the Gator guys from the Bayou.
Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty,
Man.
man. And he came in and hooked this boy up. Rick, shout out to Rick, man. I appreciate him for doing that. But yeah, that's how another extra delay on the time already was tight, right?
Right.
Should have been here at 10 in town.
Well, we're glad you made it now. Big shout out, Rick, for saving Strick. Let's talk some Olympics here for a little bit here, Stricky. Team USA men's basketball gets the win over Serbia, a 26-point win for the Americans over the Serbians. Interesting note, Team USA and Serbia were even, 81-81, with Nikola Jokic on the floor for Serbia. Well, when Nikola Jokic was off the floor, he rested 9 minutes. Serbia was minus 26 without him on the floor, which I think just goes to what we've talked about, too, how the upper level of talent in international basketball is on par, if not even exceeding America's, but the depth just isn't there. But speaking of the depth for Team USA, Jason Tatum gets stuck with the DNP.
I got to stick before you. I like where you're going, but let me just. I want to hit that one spot that you talked about. We've got to remember that the former Soviet bloc countries were split. The danger would be if it was Yugoslavia as a whole. Now you're pulling Luka and
Joker,
and then all the others that are arising international stars in their own right.
Right.
That would be the danger. The fact that they're separate and
Sabonis.
still can, still can compete. That's a scary thing. Yeah, it was a 20-something win, and like you said, it's just it's a wear down thing. It's something that over the course of time, it's just gonna happen. You can't play. I mean, they're coming off of a season, Joker. Then if you have to log large minutes like this with all the weight on your shoulders, it's rough and tough out there.
And it's not like Jokic is playing with nobody. I mean, the Bogdanovich brothers are on that team, at least one of them. Filip Petrusev has had a cup of coffee. Nikola Jovic, who was pretty highly thought of draft pick on there as well. Vasily Micic as well. But you compare that to LeBron, Embiid, Booker, Holiday, and Curry, to the point where Jason Tatum didn't see the floor. Got slapped with a DNP CD by Steve Kerr, and has some people up in arms like he's an NBA champion, 3 years in a row, first team All-NBA type of player, and yet it might make sense for Team USA to keep Jason Tatum on the bench for a guy like Devin Booker, who I thought played his role really well yesterday.
Yeah.
4 or 5 from 3, connective piece. Tatum might be a little bigger and a little better defender, but I don't know, Strick. I get the outrage, but I don't at the same time.
So Steve Kerr basically stated, and you have to do this on this stage because there are going to be a lot of questions, and there's pundits everywhere having that conversation about whether or not or why not Jason Tatum didn't play. But he states that he's one of the best players in the world, and that is true. That is an actual fact. The thing I think when you're dealing with Jason Tatum, and this is part of the worry, they didn't really transition him into a high-profile piece for American basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, he was able to win it. It's very, to me, it's LeBron-ish without the flair and all that comes with
being LeBron.
Yeah. Right? Because the reason I say that is you can track back and look at some of LeBron's recent successes and championships and so forth and so on. You can even look back at just the numbers alone over the in-season tournament as well as their last bubble championship. You can make a case to say that if it's not Anthony Davis, they don't win.
I think that's a
Right?
fair case.
Some
Mhm.
people would say Anthony Davis maybe was the MVP of both
Mhm.
of those during
Mhm.
that time, right? Jason Tatum just doesn't have the same flair, but is experiencing to me some of the same things because your boy that got shafted in the process,
Jalen.
Jalen, I think he got shafted. He rose to the occasion and became kind of what Kyrie had been to LeBron and what AD had been to LeBron, what Dwayne Wade in different times had been to LeBron, those guys that have the capabilities of taking over. So he's just been faded to the background, it seems like to me. I don't understand why in this, but what you
And I think that Jason Tatum is going to have a role to play in these Olympics in the
Yeah.
right matchup if Team USA needs more size. But Booker, had to learn to live off the ball in Phoenix, right? I think he should have had the ball in his hands more, but he didn't, right? With KD there, with Beal there.
more ball movement.
More
That's
ball
what you're saying.
movement,
Okay.
exactly, right? And Tatum in Boston system, a lot of 5 out, pretty
Yeah.
free-flowing.
Yeah.
But Tatum had the ball in his hands creating and initiating more than Booker did over the last year. So I think Booker fits more in that way.
Well, I think that's a great point, Austin, you made.
One more before we get to break here, Strick, is Joel Embiid has been rough.
Horrible.
He has not fit. And I said before the team was officially put together, before they even got to Paris, Embiid starting because it's political, because they went through all the work to get him onto the team. At what point, though, is enough enough? At what point are you Steve Kerr and you say, okay, Joel, you're moving to the bench. You and Anthony Edwards can be the focal points offensively of the second unit, but you're bogging down the starting lineup. We need to get Anthony Davis in here for defense, rim protection, because he knows the system better.
You put Embiid on, well, is he Bahamian or Jamaican?
He's Cameroonian.
He's Cameroonian.
Yeah.
You put him on that team, he balls because he's a focal point.
Yes.
Like, this is why Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo thrive, is because of their versatility and their style, their capabilities of handling, creating. It's not a cloud paint. NBA benefits Embiid, size, physicality, plus not much around him in those zones to cause him problems. So he dominates, I think, in a different situation. But in this situation, I think it's a hindrance. And this is where I think they should try to figure that out, because as they get into championship rounds, I think it's going to be more difficult. And if they don't figure that part of it out, it's going to be tough.
They still turned the ball over 17 times. The Americans did, but won by 26 points. So yeah, figuring out the Joel Embiid conundrum and the turnovers is going to be what it is for Team USA, at least on the men's side. Let's take a quick break. We'll wrap up hour one of On the Block with a pretty cool shout out. 3 former Huskers on one team. What team is that? We'll tell you about that to wrap up hour one of On the Block.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bach.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Play ball! Summertime is here, and so is another action-packed baseball season with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Bring your whole crew to Haymarket Park to experience the magic under the lights and the thrill of the game. Enjoy daily specials like Wiener Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, and Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts. Don't miss out on the excitement.
Strike 3, you're out!
Visit saltdogs.com to see this week's promotions and secure your tickets to unleash the fun.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up hour one of On the Block here really quickly. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland with you from Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
The food is amazing.
The Mott Sticks hitting?
Mott Sticks is busting.
I've heard great reviews of that salad, too.
I'm going to get on that, too. Yeah.
So,
I'm not trying to do it because y'all think I'm just going to eat the salad. No, I eat the chicken. I eat all of that. Today I'm trying to get my mind right and keep my sexy after this debacle of a morning.
That's why you're having a salad, because salad is sad food. Unless you're Buffalo Wings and Rings. Again, great things I've heard about their salads. Appreciate you and the staff here at Buffalo Wings and Rings for what they do. A couple Husker notes to shout out here real quick, straight at the end of hour one. First of all, Adrian Martinez signs a professional contract with the New York Jets.
Late in the game.
Say what you will about the Jets, but yeah, right. As training camp is getting going from the Birmingham Stallions to the New York Jets. What a glow up. What a ride for Adrian Martinez. Who knows how long it'll last, but that's just a really cool kind of full circle moment for him, his journey through college, through the UFL. And I think that's a great story for the UFL to promote, right? Come ball out in our league. And hey, here's just another example of the NFL will take a look at you if you perform at this level.
So my question then becomes this. If all the stuff that Adrian Martinez went through, all of the criticism that he had to battle, he ends up leaving, maybe he was pushed out, maybe he wasn't. But at the end of the day, do you claim him? Or do you try to claim him now? Or did you miss the opportunity to claim him because you really kind of gave the boot?
I think
that's just a good question I want to throw out there.
I think Nebraska, the social media accounts and the team have always claimed Adrian Martinez, but I don't know how much Adrian Martinez will claim Nebraska. He'll say the right things because he's a classy dude, right? He's got a good head on his shoulders. I don't think there's any bad blood from him. He might still be frustrated, disappointed behind the scenes, but Adrian's going to say the right thing. It's what he does. But the real test will be, okay, let's say Aaron Rodgers goes down and you get backup Adrian Martinez starting on Sunday Night Football. Does he say Kansas State? Does he say Nebraska? Does he say he's from the Birmingham Stallions? That'll be interesting to say. My guess is he would say Kansas State, but I don't know. He's always going to be a Husker in my mind. Appreciate him for what he did at Kansas State. Respected. I don't know. Speaking of Huskers, though, Strick, 3 of the 6 or 7 players in Team USA Volleyball's starting lineup are from Nebraska. Well, at least from the University of Nebraska, right? Jordan Larson, there's a great story out on ESPN about her still in the starting lineup in what we assume is her final Olympic Games. Justine Wong-Arantes, right? She's in there as the libero.
She
then
showed
Kelsey
up
Robinson
in that first one in Tokyo.
She did.
Which was, pretty dope.
Absolutely. But to have 3 former Huskers in the starting lineup, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of Big Ten representation, which I think reinforces the Big Ten standing as the premier volleyball conference in America. But for Nebraska to say, we raised half of the starting lineup, not that program needs any more feathers in its cap, but here's just the latest for that program.
Absolutely. And just well represented. They've represented themselves. Larson has, on the national stage, has had great success, going all the way back to London, where they took the silver, Rio de Janeiro in 2016, getting the bronze, and obviously claiming gold in Tokyo in 2020. So I love that they're represented. I think there's, like you said, stories that can be told. I think what's also beautiful is that Larson is a assistant coach for the University of Nebraska program. So that tie where you're coming off with all the so now when you think about a Jordan Larson walking into your living room, having a conversation, meeting you out on a recruiting visit, just all of that, now there's that unique tie. And so I think that's going to be something to watch. You just hope that the eyes are put on it, from you just hate that stuff sometimes can become controversial.
Yeah.
Which then at risk could possibly take eyeballs off of what you're hoping to, they be able to use this as a great springboard platform for the programs that they each attend or go to or have gone to in our alumni. So I wish them well. And we hope that they represent us and make us proud, and we know they will. So that's a good thing about it.
They dropped their first match to China today. They get down 2-0, rally back to win sets 3 and 4 before falling just 2 points short, 15-13 in the 5th set. Well, speaking
China's tough though.
It is. They do. They do compete very well. Speaking of Nebraska, are there some Nebraska ties in college softball's biggest story? Najari Kennedy goes from Stanford to Texas Tech. What went into that deal, and did Nebraska factor in with getting Jordy Ball to commit in the NIL behind the scenes? We'll talk about that. We'll also go through some college football headlines. How many mulligans do the top teams get? How many upsets do other teams need to find their way into the college football playoff? We'll talk about it all right here from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and 0 in hour 2 of On the Block. NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relief. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome back to the second hour of On the Block. Strick made it. We're in the building. We're here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Come on down, 68-0. Man, National Wing Day is today, Buffalo Wings and Rings. And it's 40th anniversary. The food is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going in. You can come and get in as well. We thank them for hosting us today as we're here on location. We got a chance to get out of the studio today. But we're going to talk a little bit about, NIL situations. And one of the things that I brought up, and I'm going to give you my face. One of the things that I brought up last week is, in what space or in what way is Nebraska willing and capable of hanging in with the big boys?
In NIL.
Big bank in this game, we're finding that big bank take little bank, but we're still too early in this phase, Austin, to see what are the outcome or what is the sprouting of those seeds? Did they come to die? I mean, we've seen a lot of things with talent die. When you look at Kentucky and you just look at other programs like Texas A&M getting all the 5 stars that you want, paid for it, big dollars, all of that. But at the end of the day, it didn't pan out for them. But when you see this happening, like what we're about to discuss now, when you see this happening in other sports, we're not talking about the big boys. We understand that you can see $1 million on a football or even a basketball, maybe one of them or two of them maybe can land a good NIL deal. But when you're starting to see it at the softball or baseball range, which you might catch a pitcher or, like a Skeens maybe hits, I don't know what his NIL deal, but I'm saying.
Well, we didn't know what Paul Skeens was coming from Arizona. Even he didn't get $1 million.
Right? So here's the situation. Did Nebraska, Austin, end up sticking his hands in boo-boo, setting the market in the NIL space of softball with the acquisition of one of our own, Jordy Ball?
It makes you wonder. doesn't it? Because the story that brings us to mind is Nigeri Kennedy going from Stanford into the transfer portal, now to Texas Tech, a place that's been doing it's tournaments. Never been to a Women's College World Series, and they're ponying up $1 million for one player. Spending $1 million on a softball roster would be more than anyone in the country is spending. Even more than
you might get 5 players for 6 or 7.
Oh, easy.
Maybe a whole roster for me.
Potentially,
right?
At least the way business was done.
Yeah.
Texas Tech clearly changed the game by paying this much to Kennedy for 2 seasons. Right? She played her first 2 years at Stanford, outstanding as a freshman and a sophomore. And then Stanford was behind the ball. Stanford wasn't on the up and up. They were slow to embrace their collective, slow to lean into all of that. And the story that I've read from the Athletic said Kennedy was really interested in the personal marketing, branding aspect of things. Because I think Stanford would be great at, right? Prestigious university, all sorts of stars, not just in athletics, but academics and all sorts of disciplines. You think Stanford would have a little bit more than Stanford, a worldwide leader in so many areas, was slow and behind. So, a school like Texas Tech can capitalize and say, hey, we're going to be one of the first to jump out, make a high-profile move in softball. That's what's going to set us apart. Why are they comfortable doing that? Well, they have a couple boosters, right, that are obviously pitching in to make this happen. But also, remember, they just switched from Under Armour to Adidas, right? From Under Armour to Patrick Mahomes. Talk about branding, right? They can use Patrick Mahomes branding. I'm sure they will on some of their gear and equipment. They can have that logo. And no, not branded starts with Texas A&M logo or anything. But Mahomes is from there. I'm sure his people will talk to her people or vice versa. Hey, how do we market my skills? What can I be worth here in this marketplace? How can I change the game? You would think that would be evident, 1,000 times over in Palo Alto, California, compared to Lubbock, Texas, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. But apparently it wasn't. Again, it all goes back to potentially Jordy Ball, $1 million for Nigeri Kennedy, whereas the previous high was believed to be in the range of $175,000 per pitcher. Right now, the story even mentions it's thought to be typically $100,000 to $150,000 per pitcher. Nigeri Kennedy got 6 to 10 times that. Was Nebraska the one that offered Jordy Ball $175,000? Was there another school that's setting the pace? I don't know. But I do think that's a big point of pride potentially for Nebraska if Jordy Ball was the previous highest paid player in NIL. Even if it's just $155,000, having the highest offer, having the highest bid says something about your sport.
My question then becomes is in what way eventually will analytics get to play here, right? Like you have what is that? It's something over replacement player value. Like you have these types of things in basketball, so you kind of weigh like whether or not replacement player at a G League two-way player or somebody with similar attributes can come in and fill that space instead of paying you 10, 12 million. You might be able to get somebody for 2, 4 or something like that, right? You have to look at it in this sense. How is Texas Tech weighing their value replacement type of situation, right? Like how are you going to look at what's successful outside of just getting to a series like they done? I mean, she got them to a series at Stanford. Did you have to pay the million? Like, is it championship or what? She has 2 seasons left. Her numbers speak well for a solid, but did it have to be that large of a jump? You're looking at somebody who is a .67 ERA over 2 years, 555 strikeouts.
Not 1.67, just 0.67.
0.67.
Less than 1 run every day.
Right? So then you're looking at that over 365 and 2/3 inning over her freshman and sophomore year. So you've got to figure that there's going to be some impacts there. Now, are you adding her to a staff? Is her batting? Is she still a tiny type?
She does want to speak that because Stanford wasn't letting her do. And I'm glad you brought that up because here are some numbers in that athletic article. First of all, the highest paid coach in college softball, as far as we know, is Patty Goffin. What she's done with the Oklahoma dynasty there in the Big 12, now moving to the SEC, she's making $1.8 billion in 2024. So you're, what, 5/9 of what Patty Goffin is making as one player, and you're there for 2 years. So that's pretty incredible. How about this? The Texas Tech Athletics reported $146.8 million in revenue in 2023. Football brought in 80 of the 146. The softball program generated $1.38 million in revenue. You're like, okay, that's pretty solid. That's not bad. Well, $1 million of that was a donation from this family that also, now for second year, ponied up to get Niger and Kennedy in. So if you take that donation out, you made $380,000, not $1.38 million. And after expenses, even with the $1 million donation and the $380,000 revenue, still ran a deficit of $1.15 million. So even with that influx of money, it apparently cost about $2.5 million to operate that program, and you made back just over half of that. So you were running in a deficit. So how is it that a program running in a deficit can afford to spend $1 million on one player? Spreading $1 million around to the roster might make some sense to big picture investment, but at the same time, maybe this is the flash it takes. Maybe this is where you kick it off and you say, we need this player, got to spend money to make money, right? Scared money don't make money sort of concept. If you're not going to pay for the best players, the odds that you're going to succeed are slim to none. And then you give yourself no chance at building up that revenue, getting to break even, or even making money for the athletic department. So on its face, no, it doesn't make sense to pay that much for one softball player who can only move the needle so much. And again, this isn't taking anything away from this young woman, her talent, her abilities, and what might mean for that program. But it really depends on, are these athletic departments looking at this from a standpoint of hard and fast X's and O's, dollars and cents, or do they think they can make up some money with excitement, with marketing? And this is one move in a bigger pile of moves that, okay, maybe it looks like you're spending a lot on softball, but really in the grand scheme of the athletic department, it's just a drop or two in the bucket that leads to bigger things.
Yeah, so it just depends on what kind of game that they're playing. My last thought, and then you can speak on it as well, is which is the most dominant softball program? You gotta say Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta say across the board Big 12. You're coming against the Big 12, where the big boys play. Your numbers have been great. You used to think that the West Coast had some great and dominant softball program. I still think they're good, but it's not definitely on par with the Big 12 at this particular point. They dominate softball right now, right? So the issue then becomes better competition. Are those numbers sustainable? So then it really gets into what is the mission? What is the game plan? What are they really trying to accomplish? She's coming into a conference on a regular where you're going to see better bats, better talent,
better pitching, better coaching, all the above.
Board, right? So that's where you've got to do the assessment as to what it's going to be. And I would love to keep an eye on her stats throughout the season and see kind of how it goes.
It's kind of the reverse Jordy Ball, right? Jordy going from the Big 12 and that Oklahoma monster of a dynasty to the Big 10. We didn't get to see her outside of, those 2 early season games before she suffered her injury. Her numbers were already great at Oklahoma. You think they would maybe tick up in the Big 10.
And when you get paid
a little bit, what happens to your mentals, right? Strictly happens to your mentals. We talk about that all the time.
Right.
There's an interesting question here at the bottom of this article.
Because I want you to, but what you just said is even something deeper, because some people were built to carry that weight, that burden. When you're the head dog, that's a lot of weight to carry on your mental. You can either step into it and become just a freaking win generator and stat packer.
Caitlin Clark.
You know what I mean? You can do that, or that weight and that pressure, and if anything, it can it can kind of hurt you. Like, for example, you remember when CC Sabathia was on, and then all of a sudden just kind of started to peter a little bit. You know, some guys can take it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see if she's able to maintain that mental space to elevate the program.
And of course, it'll go one of three ways. She'll either get worse, she'll get better, or she'll stay the same. Yeah. I think staying the same is pretty hard.
Right.
And we won't be able to tell right now, right? Because for every situation that it looks like, oh, you're going to be shouldering more burden with more volume, you typically reduce efficiency, as we see across sports. But maybe she is ready. Maybe this is what she's been preparing her whole life to do, is to move closer to home, to be the center of attention. This is what her whole life is building for, and she's ready for the moment.
Yeah.
We won't know until we actually see her in action there. Yeah. And I'm excited to watch it, to see if Tech can make a run to the Women's College World Series. But here's this, Strick, at the bottom of this Athletic article. The bet here is that the rise of women's sports, the rise of softball viewership, WCWS did numbers. It's been growing the last few years. And a once-in-a-generation talent like Caitlin Clark is on the market. She's being compared, Nigeri Kennedy is being compared to Caitlin Clark. Kind of thought we just had that last offseason with Jordy Ball and what she was able to do. But the question is, if Caitlin Clark would have entered the transfer portal after her sophomore year, where would the bidding be?
Oof.
Do you think Caitlin Clark could have gotten a $1 million NIL?
Ooh.
Do you think she did get a $1 million NIL at Iowa?
Yeah, man. I don't know what it was, but I can tell you that the bidding war would have been absolutely crazy to even know. But sometimes in this growth phase, like you said, there's a growth phase in your life or in your career. Some people can handle being closer to home. It gives them ease, knowing that you got your loved ones around you. Some people handle that better. Some people need to get away from home in order to grow and thrive, right? Get outside of the comfortable environment that they're familiar with, right? Me, I was capable of doing it at home. Maybe like for Andre, it took him to go away to Iowa to thrive. I'm not saying that that's the case.
Yeah.
I think Andre was going to be a tremendous player anyway, but that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes that can happen. This is where we're going to see, because, you know, closeness to parents, maybe friends, everybody want to be around you. Those links. I mean, because Texas and Kansas ain't. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at maybe about 8 hours, 7-8 hours. So it's not too far, but it ain't too close. So, you know, I think she'll be all right.
Augie on the text line says, I think Jordy knows what she stepped into and isn't afraid of the expectations. I want to agree. I think I agree. But again, we don't know. She didn't play that much last year, so we don't really even consider her having last year. So this is really going to be our first experience of what Jordy Ball is built out of, how she's built, how she's wired. And it's going to be exciting to watch come next softball season. But I wonder how much of this investment is for the here and now, right? Nebraska thinks it's close to a Women's College World Series. Nebraska wants to get Rhonda Revelle back to a Women's College World Series. So what are they going to do? They're going to pay at the time top dollar to go get one of the best players in Nebraska Prep's history back home to try to make that run. Or how much of it is we're going to spend now. We hope we expect Women's College World Series because of the talent in the roster. But really, us paying this much to Jordy Ball right now is us trying to get ahead of the curve. Show people that, hey, the narrative is Nebraska's a football state. It doesn't care about other sports. But we are going to invest in these sports, even though it might be at a deficit, for us, even if it might not on the surface make economic sense, because we believe in our ability to, create that value on top of just the money. And we want to prove that, after time, the more of these investments we make in these sports that aren't football, aren't men's basketball and volleyball, people are going to come to these sports. They're going to care about these sports, and we can get, better athletes in lower sports, if we prove we will invest in them and take the focus not off of or away from, but widen the spotlight more so than narrowing the spotlight on those 2 or 3 high profile programs.
Yeah. I think that's what needs to be done. You hope that you're able to do that and expand the program's reach, because either it's going to be mediocre, it's going to be shaky, or you've just taken a mold, and the mold is going to start from the top. I mean, the mold's going to start from football, because if football can't step into the big boys arena and play, then none of the other sports are going to be able to at that level. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have these one-offs, you might be right, but your niche then becomes find talent, develop talent. Your niche isn't go get it and then coach well-rounded talent. Your niche, you might be able to get one. I think you might be able to get one player, but
Dylan,
across the board, you're not playing in the big boy pond.
let's go to break. I think there's an interesting spin off of that. Does Nebraska football need to set the example for the athletic department, or could football take a page from other people's playbooks? Maybe in talent acquisition, maybe in other ways. Let's talk about that when we get back here to On the Block.
Join us on Monday 9th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Austin Norman, Eric Strickland with you here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and 0. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. We'll have drawings for prizes right before then. Heck of a list of prizes. 3 pairs of tickets to Eagle Raceway, 4 lower bowl tickets to the Salt Dogs, 3 packs of 4 tickets. You also have some milk gift cards, and then the prizes you'll be able to pick up here tonight. You can go home with a Coors Light dartboard. You can win 5 free wings per week for a year, or 10 free wings per week for a year. Those last 2 are going to come with the Buffalo Wings and Rings app. If you get the app, it won't give you any free entries or anything, but you will be ahead of the game if you do win those 5 or 10 free wings per week for a year. Oh, and by the way, some guy named Amon Green signed a jersey. That's in the pool to win as well. Well, speaking of Amon Green, Strick and Nebraska football in general, you made an interesting comment there at the end, right? How football, needs to do things differently, but can't do things differently than other programs, right? I think the point you were making, correct me if I'm wrong, is that right now, Nebraska football doesn't appear to be in the position to do what Nebraska softball did and pay for the equivalent of Geordie ball. Is that fair?
Fair.
Okay. Should Nebraska football always be in that position? Should Nebraska football always be flexing its muscle as saying, we are the top dog in this athletic department. We are what helped build this place. We bring in the most money. We bring in the most revenue. No, our results aren't there, but we need to splash around cash like a power player in the sport to get back to where we want to be? Or is there another universe where Nebraska football, instead of being the leader, instead of being out front of the athletic department, says, to itself and sends the message internally, hey, we know that we bring in the most money, but we also know that what we're doing is broken to some degree on the inside. We aren't playing up to our standards. We haven't for a while. We need help from the rest of the athletic department. What did Rhonda Revelle do to build this program? What did Mark Manning do to build this program? What did John Cook, what did you do to sustain success in your program? Does Nebraska football always need to be out front, be the leader, be the biggest voice in the room? Or would it be better served by sometimes taking a step back and saying, what did you other coaches do? What pages can we take out of your playbook to get Husker football back to where we think it should be?
Well, one of the major problems with that is that it's not a cookie cutter type of situation, right? So you're dealing with different sports. You're dealing with what comes internally with the recruiting processes, the way that young men and women view the programs are going to be probably a little different. When you look at the football side of things, football is very, what have you done for me lately? It's very Janet Jackson-y. You know what I mean? Miss Jackson if you're nasty, right? It's very much a lot of that because we've seen programs that we've been very fortunate to have a program where we're sold out. You know, there's going to be tickets tough to find no matter what game that you're playing, you know, other than people maybe not just want to go to this specific game where they'll sell their tickets. But we're very fortunate. Not every program is very fortunate like that. So what they need to figure out, I think you're right. What are some of the root things that you can learn from other programs? Not necessarily dealing with the monetary aspects, or I'm talking about the root things like, what's your appeal? How are you selling Nebraska, you know, to these young women or men in the program? How are you getting them to buy in and want to be involved? How tough is it that you're getting them to retain? You know, just what are you doing in these little parts of the recruiting or the keeping, or even knowing that you can't pay at a certain level? What are you doing? So that's the thing I think they maybe want to look at and be willing to listen instead of trying to get out front in these specific issues.
Put yourself in new athletic director Troy Danden's shoes for a minute here, Strike. I'm not asking you to go off of any, you know, hard numbers or anything. Just what does your gut tell you about the state of college football? Should Nebraska, you know, keep investing in football, keep using all these dollars that are flowing in from the conference because of the TV deal that just got signed last year, the first year of it officially really kicks off this year with NBC, CBS, and Fox, where the majority of the games will be. Is Nebraska football so important that you have to spend a lot every year, you know, throw money at the problem to try to fix it? Or if you're Troy Dannen, you say, we will spend enough to keep you competitive, but we're not going to blow the whole budget on you. Once you prove that you can do more with less, we'll open up the coffers. But until, you know, you get back to a bowl game, before you get back to the top 25 consistently, we can't afford as an athletic department to keep dumping money into this. So Matt Rule, football staff, prove to us that you can do more with less. And the more you prove that, we will continue to open up the checkbook in the bank account for you.
I think most programs should take that tack. I think I don't think just Nebraska. I think most programs should take that tack, because let's just go down south to Texas a little bit at Texas A&M. How did that work for you?
Hasn't yet.
Right? How did that play out for you? So that's the way I view that part, because just throwing money at the issue, I think you've got to grow and show that you're capable without all of this. And it's no different in relationships, right? A man that leads with money, when you stop spending the money, or you don't, you know, it's never enough to spend. But if you're dating a female and you're leading with that, then the expectation is going to be that. And we've seen a portion of that without the NIL, because Nebraska has been able, for some reason, even before Rule, who's doing a tremendous job now, we're able to get 4 and 5 stars to come in here for whatever reason, but it was not buy-in. They weren't coming because they wanted to change, or they wanted to reinvent Nebraska football in their image, make it their own, take it from where the doldrum, and that's what we wanted to do in Nebraska as a basketball program. We wanted to make our own name and legacy, right? You got some work to do, because there's guys like Tommy Frazier, and there's guys like the black shirts, and you know, guys that have come in, and you know, your Tony Velans, guys that have gone on to play in the NFL and have great careers and do great things, and they've created their legacy, but they're also attached to it as championships. You know what I mean? Nobody's been able to see that. Nobody's even seen a bowl game. in a
Since
long
2016.
time, right? So who's going to be willing to come in, a risk, get something, but want to change the trajectory of what the program has been on?
It's a fascinating line and balance to draw because right now the program does need changing, but it's not fair to put it on one person, right? Just because Dylan Raiola is here, maybe he took that offer, whatever it was, he can't be responsible for turning it all around on his own. He also, just to use Dylan Raiola as the example, he can't make himself bigger than the program. He hasn't done anything compared to the guys that came before him. So there's an interesting opportunity for Dylan Raiola to walk in the footsteps of guys that have come before him, but that's not to say he can't do his part to remake Nebraska into what people think it should be, because the program is not in a good spot right now on the field record-wise. We hope that it's changing off the field, that there are substantive changes going on that we can't see that'll lead to more wins. So I think both have to be true, that you can't put yourself on a pedestal with some of the other greats in Nebraska history until you've earned it, but you kind of have to fake it till you make it. You kind of have to say, hey, I'm here. I'm the one changing this, and not just me, but me and this group of guys. We are taking it upon ourselves to take a step back in that direction.
There's really no rebuttal on that. That was a good, let's use a computer term, attachment. It was a good attachment to the body of the discussion. Great attachment.
Let's go ahead and go to break right now. We are at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Don't forget, lots of great prizes you can win, including either 5 or 10 wings per week for a year. Download the Buffalo Wings and Rings app. If you're the winner, that's how you'll take advantage of that. A Coors Light dartboard, a Mon Green signed jersey, many more prizes, and ticket merch for you here at 68th and O. As soon as you walk in the doors, right, get seated, get to your spot, greet the staff. They're friendly. They've been nothing but great to us all day and every time we've been out here. Then come visit us. We're in the corner. You won't be able to miss us. We're the guys that are loud, having a good time. Come sign up to win some of these raffle prizes we will draw right before we go off air at 6. We'll cross over with Old School DP in the building to wrap up on the block right after this.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
and electrical.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Appreciate all of you who are in the house here at Buffalo Wings and Rings stopping by, saying hi. Really appreciate you just, getting to put faces to names and meet people. It's obviously a bigger deal for you, Stricky. People come to see the show, that's for sure.
And it's always good to meet folk. I still believe that Nebraska folk are some of the best folk that I've run across in my livelihood and well-traveled. So I've been a lot of places, and they're just really, really good, authentic, genuine, nice folk. And so glad that they can stop by and say hi.
Absolutely. Again, 68th and Buffalo Wings and Rings. 13 prizes to be drawn here in just a couple of hours. Right at the end of Old School is where we will draw those prizes. Lots on the docket here, Strick, but we are about a day and a half away from Nebraska football opening fall camp. When you were on campus, could you just kind of tell, when you get back to campus, or you stayed on campus for summer, whatever you did, could you just tell when the football players were locking in, getting ready for the season?
Yeah, we could, even though I would come pretty late to the party because
baseball
for early parts I was playing baseball, but you knew the energy on campus was getting hyped. It was just magnified the energy. Was just, it was just, everybody was excited, to get back. The weather was good. It was beautiful. You knew you were going to catch some good games and just, watch them dominate, and you expected to see who was going to be next to dominate. And, what were the next up program? Who is it going to be? You know what I mean? Then you have guys like Amon Green who pop on the scene as freshmen. You have expectations of their greatness to come, but you don't realize it comes that early in that phase, and you get to see some of that develop. Some of the names that you've talked about or heard about, what are they going to look like when they get out there on the field? Is there going to be some type of cohesion and connection? So yeah, man, it's exciting. Coming up also, man, shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford will be fighting this upcoming weekend out in LA. Had plans to go, but I'm getting honored back in my hometown.
Dang, Stricky, when you just drop that on us?
Man,
Opelika coming through?
Opelika coming through.
Dang.
Man. So that'll be next week around the 6th.
Nice. Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, man. It'd be a blessing.
So we give Farley a lot of crap, right, for being the Georgia guy. He's from Georgia. Georgia Bulldogs this, Georgia Bulldogs that. Well, just last week, Stricky, he said he's actually closer to Opelika than Athens, so he'd rather go watch a game at Jordan-Hare than at Sanford.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, man. We tied it together that we're not too far from each other. But yeah, because like Opelika and Auburn are like right on the border of Alabama on the east, and where Terrell's from is just a little bit beyond the border as you're heading towards Atlanta, but it's not quite there. So yeah, it's that's why I'm an Auburn fan. It's I mean, you have it all around you. War Eagle. That's the greatest oxymoron I don't think I've still been able to figure out.
What do you mean?
You have the Auburn Tigers, but they're called the War Eagle. Hell,
where do you think that comes from?
That's what and even though I'm from there, I still don't understand those oxymorons. Like, I don't understand some of the mascots, like what's a Buckeye?
Oh, Buckeye's just a nut.
Right?
Yeah. Here's some backstory. This is from Auburn's official website, from auburn.edu. The most popular legend about the War Eagle battle cry dates back to the first time Auburn met Georgia on the football field in 1892. It centers on a spectator who was a Civil War veteran. In the stands with him that day was an eagle the old soldier had found on a battlefield during the war. He had kept it as a pet for almost 30 years. According to witnesses, the eagle suddenly broke free and began majestically circling the playing field. As the eagle soared, Auburn began to move toward the end zone for the win. Fans were happy. They took the bird's presence, as a sign of success. Hey, it's an omen. And Auburn students and fans began to yell, "War Eagle," because, hey, there's an eagle from the war. So, War Eagle. Tragic end of the story. At the end of the game, the eagle took a sudden dive, crashed into the ground, and that was it for the bird.
Oh.
One game.
Wildly
successful game, though. So that's apparently where War Eagle comes from.
See, I mean, that was just always. I'm seeing the eagle in the stadium and all of this, and I'm just like, wait, now, I mean, where the Tigers at?
Tiger Stripe, the eagle, or something.
You drive
paint them on.
town. You drive around town. You see War Eagle. I'm like, wait, now, what's going on? Like, why not be the War Eagle?
Don't take this personally, but I do think Roll Tide just a little easier to say than War Eagle.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll
Tide.
Yeah. With that,
I'm mad at you
country
about it,
swing.
but-
I mean,
yeah.
I understand. I get it.
Hey, I'll give you this, though. Cam Newton from your Auburn Tigers was ranked ahead of any Alabama player in ESPN's list of the best players in the 2000s.
There it is.
How about that?
Yeah.
Respect
'Cause
on
there
Cam's
were
name.
None.
Scrubs.
Not in the top. They were very shaky. And me and Cluster had a debate about that. You can go back and catch that episode on WTF. We had a good debate about, like, dang, there's no Alabama players that were on there. It's kind of crazy, but they even with their history, with Bear Bryant, have they always been that? Just,
I don't know.
you know what I mean?
Hey, well, I'm glad you made it down for the show. Thanks for
Man,
braving the interstate and the friendly skies and all that.
Buffalo Wings and Rings. I had to get here, baby.
Made it worth it?
It is worth it.
Hey, tomorrow, I think we're doing the nicknames thing.
We're going to do it tomorrow?
Let's do it tomorrow.
Yo, stay tuned tomorrow. Tune in to On the Block. It's going to be epic. We got nicknames for days. Be on the lookout for that. 2 to 4 tomorrow.
Eric, the Strictionary Strickland, at the top of my list.
Let's get it.
Something like that. On the Block will return from the 1040 O Street studio tomorrow. But again, we are out here for another 2 hours for Old School. DP will join me for I'll join DP for Old School. He'll get set up. We'll get going with that in just a minute. Big thanks to Nebco for sponsoring the show. Tomorrow, Shootout with Strick, brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings. It's been a good show. We'll talk to you again at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Old School comes your way next year on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM